fans of my epic kills, and I suppose anyone who is a bit of a fan of me. I haven't made a video in a while, and apologies for that. I've been busy and trying to figure out this new rotation for 5.2, but hopefully I've got it down. As you can see, I've had a bit of a makeover in terms of some transmog, which is pretty neat. I've got some nice new upgrades. But what I wanted to do in today's video is, I know there's been quite a few people who have been maybe a little bit unsure about the Mistweaver at the moment. Rotation, fist weaving versus normal mistweaving and all those types of fun things. Now, I'll give you a quick brief overview of what I'm currently doing. First off, talents. You have the top 3 ones here. I think all of them are viable depending on what you want to do. I personally like Tiger's Lust for when I'm in tight situations. You can sort of just push it, you start running away, which is quite cool. I really only change it to the extra roll, clarity, if I then get Chi Torpedo with it, because then you get the 1 extra heal, which is free. For the second one, I tend to even favour Chi Burst, which is quite cool. If you get if you get your raid all nice and stacked up, that hits everybody, which is pretty neat. I haven't really used Zen Sphere that much. No particular reason, I just don't think it's as powerful as Chi Burst or Chi Wave. Chi Wave's quite cool, if everyone's spread out, it's nice, but you can just sort of cast and it does a nice bit of damage, and also heals everyone, and you sort of you just cast and away it goes. And the great thing is these spells don't cost Chi anymore, so you can spend your Chi on things that matter now. As for the 45 talents, I've gone for Ascension because I really like the 15% extra mana. I think that's really nice, and since they've increased the Chi gain from your Soothing Mist, God, I had to think there. I think the 15% is just too far to pass up. Seeing as they buff the Chi gain, you don't really need to get instantly all your Chi back, or extra generation, since they've already upped it. So that one's kind of pointless, and that one's then I suppose being rendered useless. So the 15% is really quite nice. The level 60 talents personally I think are useless. I have no real use for them whatsoever. I quite like the Ring of Police. It's quite fun in dungeons, and it's quite cool. So I won't spend too much time talking about these ones, because whichever one you pick, they pretty much all do the same thing. As for the 75 talents, I either go still for Dampen Harm or Diffuse Magic. I don't really tend to go for healing elixirs, because with with the fist weaving rotation I'm about to show you, you're going to get a ton of self heals anyway, so healing yourself isn't priority anymore. As for the 90 talents, all of these have now become viable, which is pretty cool. I still tend to favour Zen, or Zuen, I don't know how it's pronounced, the White Tiger, just because it does a nice burst damage and a lot of healing if you're fist weaving, which is pretty cool. Russian Jade Winds is also really good for fights again where you stack up, as is Chi Torpedo. Now, I'm going to say glyphs actually, we'll quickly go over them. I've got Zen Meditation, Surging Mist, and Manatee. You should see why in a minute. Now, whenever you go up to the training dummies, let's zoom out a little bit here. This is my simple, very, very simple fist weaving rotation. Go up to the training dummies, and it's Jab, Tiger Palm. That's it. See now, if you look up here, under Vital Mist, it reduces the mana cost of your Surging Mist by 20%. So we Jab again, Tiger Palm. Not only are we doing really nice hits, as you can see on the screen, we're also reducing the cost of our Surging Mist. See now, if I then push 5, well, Surging Mist, that then goes off for free. Now that combined with the glyph means that your Surging Mist no longer requires a target, but instead heals the lowest health target within 40 yards, basically making it a smart heal, which is really, really nice. So, it incorporates into fist weaving really quite nicely. And it also gives you, as you can see here, 1 Chi, which then if I do another jab, you then get the blackout kick for free. Well, not for free, but for half the cost, and your mana is still going to be roughly on about 100%. Now, if you watch, I will go over, build it back up to 5. If you also notice, I'm getting a thing up here called Muscle Memory, which gives me 150% increased Tiger Palm damage or Blackout Kick. Now, the reason I don't Blackout Kick and build up 2 is because it wastes too much of my mana. As you can see, the mana then starts to go down really, really quickly if I just start Blackout Kicking. It's nice for DPS, yes, but you're going to go relatively quickly. But you can see, so if you watch 65% too, and then you get the half, you get the half that Blackout Kick, so jab, tiger palm, jab, tiger palm, jab, tiger palm, jab, tiger palm, jab, tiger palm. So now this may seem a little bit boring, but at the same time, you know, if you then incorporate it with some other cool little tricks, you know, you get the renewing mist out there, and then get your tiger off. Not only are you going to start pulling really nice numbers, but you're also just going to become an AoE machine, which is great. I'm honestly having a blast with it. Even though, you know, it's 2-button rotation, it's great. And what I find, if I ever then get lucky and go over 1 chi with my jab, which it sometimes can, I then do a blackout kick. As you can see, just simply going through the rotation, and you're really spending enough chi to get back get back humanity as well, which is really quite nice. So if you watch my mana, I'll do it nice and slowly here. So just jab, tiger palm, jab, tiger palm, jab, tiger palm, free. My mana is staying relatively neutral. And not only that, as you can see on recount there, I'm pulling 62k DPS. Now this, you know, obviously does change in different fights, depending on what you do, but roughly I do pull about that much in a raid, which is really quite nice. You know, you're not going to be hindered just for doing this rotation. And the great thing about this, if you go in with this, you know, with a raid composite, you know, you don't have to have your swing healer anymore, which is really quite nice. You know, you can go in, do this nice simple rotation. Obviously this, you know, I combine other things in with my rotation, but this is just sort of a nice, easy, simple rotation for you guys to sort of dabble your feet into fist weaving. And I'm finding it to be really enjoyable as well as really effective in raids. Now this will be, I'm going to resume Pitango's Dojo, which is pretty cool. So, you know, I will be getting those videos up more regularly as I start to, you know, learn tips and tricks. But what I wanted to do with this video is sort of touch base with you guys, as well as give off a nice simple rotation as to what I'm doing. And, you know, let you know this is the way that I'm healing at the moment, you know, so I'm not just randomly finding something on the internet and telling you guys to do it. This is exactly what I do in raids. And as you know, anyone in my raid group can testify, it works. You can also go check me out on World of Vlogs and see how much I'm doing on there if you really want to go and have a look. Next week I'm going to be going into stats, different stats for 5.2, what's changed, what's new, all those wonderful things. So until then, goodbye.